which I'm really happy about. For today's video, the first thing I want to talk about is Facebook. I know I mentioned some of these things briefly in my last Whispered Ramble video, but there were a few things that I forgot to add. One of those things being that I have been receiving a lot of friend requests lately, and a lot of them appear to be spam. I know I'm not the only one this is happening to, because people have sent me private messages and asking me, hey, did you get a request from this person, and what do you think about this profile? But just this last week, I denied at least 20, maybe even more than that, requests. When someone sends me a request, I look at their profile, as much as I can. Some people have their pages on private, but I check their profile out and I try to determine if that is someone who seems legit. Obviously, if it's someone who created their profile like within the last 24 hours, to me that's just a huge red flag. So with that being said, if you have sent me a friend request and I have not accepted it after you've sent it within a few days, feel free to send me a message on here and I will be more than happy to add you. Just with all of the craziness that has been going on lately, I am really trying to make sure that the profiles I add are indeed real profiles and not spammers. And I think some of the legit profiles and some of the real requests that I've received have kind of gotten mixed in with some of those. So yeah, just let me know if you have sent me one and I have not accepted it, and I will go ahead and add you on there. The other thing I want to talk about are the messages on Facebook. I respond to just about every single message that I receive, as long as you are respectful. As long as you are respectful, we'll have no issues, and I will be more than happy to respond to you and talk to you. I try to respond to messages within 24 hours, but sometimes it does take longer, just depending on what I've got going on in my life. So that's basically it as far as the Facebook stuff goes. Let's see, this week has been somewhat of a sad week. Well, I shouldn't say somewhat, it's actually been very sad. Some of you already know this, but for those that don't, my parents' neighbors have a cat that has basically lived at my parents' house for the last 9 years. She was literally there every time they opened the door. They fed her, and it was basically their cat. And she has been missing now for almost 3 months, and I'm pretty sure at this point that she's gone. I don't know what happened to her, and I'm still just a tiny bit hopeful that she will come back, or that maybe someone just decided in the neighborhood that they wanted to keep her and have her as an inside cat. I don't know. But this week I kind of accepted the fact that she's probably not going to come back, and unfortunately she's gone. But it's just really, really sad, because she was just the sweetest, most loving cat ever. I mean, you would sit down and she'd jump right up into your lap. Whether you were on the ground, whether you were in a chair, she didn't care. She just wanted attention. And she was older, and I know this is probably so gross, but she drooled a lot. You would look at her, and there were times, and she would just have it like coming down the side of her mouth. And I know it sounds funny, but that's really what she did. And it would get all over your clothes. Like if she was in your lap, it would be on your shirt or on your jeans. And it was so gross at the time, but now whenever I think about it, I can't help but smile. I've done everything as far as trying to find her. I've looked at the local shelters, and I posted ads online to see if anyone might have an idea as to where she went, but unfortunately, no one has contacted me. Her owners, oh goodness, they don't even care. Her actual owners, not my parents, but her actual owners, they just could care less. My mom asked them several weeks ago if the cat was all right because she hadn't seen her, and the woman was like, "Oh yeah, it has been a while. We haven't seen her either." And by that time, it had already been at least a month, possibly two, since she had been missing. But it was almost like the lady didn't even care. And I mean, I don't know. We just assumed for a while, we just assumed that maybe they were keeping her inside because it was so hot outside, and because she's an older cat, that would have made sense. But I don't know. It just, when she responded that way, it broke my heart because I love animals so much, and it's so hard to see someone who just doesn't care that much. If I had known, this time 2 or 3 months ago, that she was indeed missing and she wasn't just being kept inside because of the heat, or that she was, that she was sick or whatever, then I would have definitely done more than what these people did, which was absolutely nothing. And so that's why I took it upon myself to post ads and try to contact people online, and even drive around and ask people locally if they had seen any cat that matched her description. And I figured if I found her, then I know this is wrong, but I told my parents that I was just going to keep her because they obviously didn't care. And that might not be the right thing to do, but a part of me feels a tiny bit bad for even thinking about it, but then the other part of me was like, well, they didn't care one way or the other because she spent all of her time at my parents' house, and when she went missing, they did not even ask people in the neighborhood if anybody had seen her. So, I don't know. When I posted the ads online, I just told everybody that she was our cat because, like I said, obviously her owners don't care, and there were no flyers put out or nothing was done to find her. They even admitted that to my parents. They were just like, "Oh well, she's gone." I just don't understand that. But anyway, in one of the local groups I posted a message to online, this one woman commented saying how I should have never let a declawed cat out of the house, and this lady literally wrote like a paragraph about it where she was condemning me for letting a declawed cat get out of the house. And I wanted to respond using a few choice words and tell her that the cat actually didn't belong to us, but that it was my neighbor's, and that she had been living outside for more than 10 years and it had never been a problem. But I didn't say that because, I don't know, I probably should have responded, but I just figure, people who are just gonna go off on people like that and stick their nose into other people's business to that degree, you've got to wonder, I mean, there's got to be something else going on. So I just left it alone. But yeah, so that very same day, the day that I just accepted the fact that she was not coming back, my parents' turtle died. The turtle that they have had for more than 12 years now. And so it's just been a very sad week for me. Their turtle's name was Speedy, and that's kind of funny because the whole name started out as a joke, but the name actually stuck, and so that's what we've called him for the last 12 years. And he was like my little buddy. I loved that turtle. I took care of him whenever my parents went out of town, and when we'd all leave on our family vacations, he would always go with us. And I'm really being serious. Every year when we just kind of I don't want to say that he kept going downhill because it seemed like he was getting a lot better. And then something happened, and unfortunately he passed away. So that has been my week so far. And I say so far because I'm recording this on Thursday, so who knows what else is going to happen before the end of the week. I am definitely hoping that next week will be a little bit better. Oh, I might as well mention this. On top of everything else that happened this week, we are having issues with our mortgage company. Our mortgage was bought from our original company by another company, and that's pretty common. I received like a packet in the mail saying, your mortgage has been purchased by this company. From now on, all of your payments will be or should be sent to them, and you need to sign up for an online account, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. And so, let me back up a little bit. This is actually the second time that this has happened to us in the last 9 years since we've had our house. So yeah, basically we had to sign up and get all that stuff right, but now I lost what I was going to say. I'm so upset, I'm really upset about this, so I'm kind of losing track of what I'm talking about. But we have our mortgage automatically debited from our bank account every month, and our original mortgage company took our payment out for August like they do every month, but they have not forwarded that to the new company. I mean, we are at the end of August right now, and the new company does not have a payment for our August mortgage, which is a huge, huge problem. So I have had to go back and forth several times. I would say it's been at least 4 times now on the phone between our new company and our old company, and asking, what is going on? This needs to be dealt with. Our new company has actually called us twice and been very, just extremely rude, and telling us that we need to have that payment sent to them ASAP. And I have told them we have nothing to do with it. When you bought the mortgage, our other mortgage company was supposed to forward that payment to you. I don't have any control over that. But so it's just been a big mess. Our old mortgage company is now saying that our August payment is locked in their system and should be forwarded within a couple of weeks to the new company. And so yesterday I was on the phone to the new company for the 4th time, explaining to them, which I should not have to explain anything to them. They're in this business, they know what's up and they know what happens. So I don't know why I was having to explain to them what happened. I'm sure we are not the only ones who have had this happen. I bet it's pretty common. But anyway, I was on the phone with the new company yesterday, and this guy I don't even know, it's like he got an attitude with me, and he said, here's what I suggest you do. Go ahead and pay the payment for August over the phone, and that way you'll be caught up, and you already have your September payment set up to come out on the 1st, so you should be good then. And when he said that, I could feel my heart start racing, and that's what happens. When I get super upset, I can feel it coming on, and I just knew that it was not going to be good. And so I said, well, here's what I suggest. I said, how about you get on the phone with our old company and you figure out what is going on instead of me going back and forth between both of you. And I said, we made our payment for August. We're not behind. And someone either on your end or the other company that's not my problem. And it was just like a big mess. I said, somebody on one of your ends does not have a clue what's going on, and I'm not about to pay an extra $1,000 for our mortgage when we've already made the payment. So it was just a complete nightmare. And then he started talking about the overdue fees and everything, and I said, let me tell you something. And that's exactly what I said. I said, let me tell you something. I said, if you charge our account if you charge our account because this is late when it doesn't have anything to do with us, I said, you are going to be very sorry. I said, we will have our attorneys on this ASAP, and I would recommend that you don't do that. And he was like, oh, there's no need for that, and kind of started backtracking and everything. They cannot legally do anything unless our payment is, I think, 60 days past due. But it's not past due because we've actually paid it. It's just not being sent over from our other company. But, so yeah, we haven't done anything wrong. We've paid our payment like we do every single month. These idiots just, for whatever reason, cannot get it right. But I have never, ever, ever been late on a mortgage payment, not even a day late. I have always had it set up to where it comes out the same day every single month, even before I owned my house and we were living in an apartment. I was never late, not one single time on our payment. And that's just always been something that has always been very important to me. But at the same time, when it comes to my money, I do not play games. Like, we work hard for our money, and it's not a joke to me to have, $1,000 just somehow missing now, that it's not on this person's end, and it's not on this person's end. That is very concerning to me. So I was not happy with that at all. But I'm going to give it until the 1st of September. I think a month is enough time for them to get this mess worked out between them. And if they don't, then I'm going to go up to our bank and I'm going to explain to them what happened and see if we can cancel that August payment, because nobody is saying that they have it. And my bank is really good about anything like that. I've been with the same bank since I was 16, and they're just great. So I'm going to see if we can cancel that payment, and then once that money comes back into our account, I will forward it over to our new mortgage company. But they are crazy if they think that I'm just going to give them another $1,000 when you can't even tell me where the payment for August is. I mean, I don't know. I just wish that we weren't dealing with this. I wish that our mortgage had never been sold to another company, because I liked the last company that we had. We never had an issue with them, and these people to me have already started off on the wrong foot. But hopefully this is just some kind of glitch, and things will be resolved soon. If not, then I will probably be talking about it in my next Whispered Ramble. So that has been my week, and I actually feel better after talking about all of that. So thank you all for letting me vent. I kind of needed to get all of that out, I guess. I think I am going to go ahead and end this here. I hope that you all have an absolutely wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon.